Greetings.
Hello and welcome everybody to the latest episode of the War of Inheritance. I am pleased to announce, extremely pleased to announce that Amy is not here and no longer with us. She is off storytelling and we wish her all the best, doing a really exciting Worthing Storytellers evening. Replacing her, Amy has upgraded in possibly every way to the wonderful James, who is currently taking over. I offered him the opportunity to play Neve however the hell he wanted, and Amy said no. So, so James is going to be playing the part of.
So tonight, Josh, I am going to be. Tonight, I am
still evil. Bad vibes.
Fine. Okay, so hands down here, non-evil hands. So I'm going to be playing Raspit, the small kobold who you managed to persuade to come along with you.
I blame chat entirely.
Raspit the small kobold, yes. Alright, so last session, it's been a crazy week. I haven't had a chance to watch it all back, which for most GMs is the norm, but for me is kind of strange and crazy. Last session, what was the most important thing that happened, please, Jacob?
The most important thing that happened last session, we restored the crown, the diadem of Zalba to Balthazar, King of the Ogres.
That is correct.
And left him with two wizardly prisoners to do with as he saw fit.
Yes, you did.
I can only imagine that he has tied them to two sticks and uses them as wands.
Zab! What is the most important thing that happened last session, Dave?
I got called a traitor by a god of the Red Pantheon.
You certainly did. What is the most important thing that happened last session?
Freya killed a wizard with a single bolt.
She did kill a wizard with a single bolt.
Sorry, you put a wizard with a single stab and a wizard with a single bolt. Like, you would pretty much one-hit kill girl the entirety of last session.
It's almost like you're a rogue. And while you were only joining us in chat, you did watch last week's episode. What was the most important thing that happened last session?
I hid in a tree. It was a battle. I didn't die in it.
Raspid hid in a tree. We're going to resume a little bit after we left last session. We left, you guys had got yourselves back to your boat, you'd recovered all of your stuff, and you had settled in for the night and were going to head off at first light, which was pretty soon. Neve has stayed up on deck all night, having relieved the dwarf guard, and so she is exhausted, and as the dwarves ready the boat and begin the journey down the Ellesmere, she retreats to her cabin and goes to sleep, which is where we'll leave her at the beginning of this session. And maybe at the end we'll see what happens. You are heading down the Ellesmere.
Neve, a surprisingly solid sleep.
Have you benefited? Yes, everybody has benefited from a long rest, which means you can regain all of your spells, hit points, abilities, all that kind of stuff.
I'm no longer about to die.
Oh, you
No, we still are.
You still are.
I have all my thieves tools and stuff back.
Yes, you're now back on the boat. You have all your thieves. I'm going to go break these guys out of prison. Do you want to bring your lockpicks? No, there's no time. Right, they'll slow me down. No, I'll get some. We'll get some in the break. Thank you. So, your journey down the Ellesmere is actually very pleasant. You're not attacked by anything immediately. There are no terrifying ghost ships lurking out of you. Crocodiles do not climb aboard. Nobody has currently been possessed by anything. This is not par for the course.
It is too quiet. I don't like it. It's probably a trap.
It is quite quiet.
What?
There's a couple of vessels that pass you as you
can't
sail.
communicate.
There's a couple of vessels that pass as you go down along the Ellesmere. They are smaller than your boat, and they
Smaller than my boat.
smaller than your boat, Captain Lucille.
If I'm up on deck, I will throw a hail to them and ask if they've seen anybody of Lord Tyndall's description in the water. I appreciate you are mid-description, so
No,
please
that's
feel free
fine.
to continue. But
You pass pleasantries and hail the other boats. They say that sadly they haven't, but they suggest that you try checking the nearest port, which is called. It's called Stonehold. Is the nearest port.
Stonehold.
Raspit, you are on a boat with these strange individuals. Have you been on boats before?
I have never been on boats before. Raspit is... He spends quite a lot of the time peering over the side of the boat at the water, as if he's like daring it to come climbing up and try to start a fight with him. He's not at all convinced that he's in a safe place right now.
Okay, well, given his company, that's probably correct. Have you been to Stonehold before?
Stonehold. Well, Stonehold I have heard of.
Okay, yeah.
But Stonehold,
It's a place.
Stonehold or Stone... I had Stonehaven in my notes. Is that
It's the same.
the same?
place,
It's the
yeah.
one you mentioned.
It's the one I meant.
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it, great, but you haven't been. That's fine.
I haven't been there.
If we're heading, one of the dwarfs comes and says, comes up to you, in fact,
I am the captain.
and speaks in broken Browser to you.
Okay. He's right.
We're going to stop. We're going to stop. Resupply. Where exactly you headed?
Wherever the river takes us. But we can stop.
All right. Well, just looking to pull in. You got no destination in mind.
The water knows.
How much further down to the Hallow Lane?
You're going to that Hallow of Elaine.
Yeah.
Why?
Call it a pilgrimage. I owe somebody a favour.
Who?
Elaine.
Maybe we misunderstand. Elaine is a god.
Mm-hmm.
You owe a god a favour.
Mm-hmm.
What did she do for you?
Saved my life.
This is something I should hear more about. Tell me.
Do you drink?
No. Life too short.
That's why you drink. But all right. Sorry. However, in a second, how much further down the river is it to the Hallow itself? Because I know somebody knows. Iris, did you say you knew where it was on the map?
I have the map in my mind. Just like over there.
I've never been.
Neve's got the map, but I remember it was near
What did
one
she
of
say?
the obelisks, one of the standing stones.
She said. She says she has a map in her mind. She is also probably wrong.
Is she ill?
She's noble. It's similar.
Jury's still out.
Huh?
Just explaining what a noble means, my lady.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much, chat. That's exactly correct. Freya, you have not had the benefits of a long rest. You have been up training all night.
yeah.
This is what comes of not watching the session back in its entirety. Thank you, Chad. So, Freya,
Bloody sword.
yeah, you look like shattered. And you've been up all night.
The sword not treating you well.
Please take it off me.
If recollection has served, my lady, you swore an oath. I can take it off you if you wish, but I don't believe that that would sway you of the oath that you've made to that. Such things should not be sworn in error.
Well, I don't rightly know where exactly the hell of Elaine is. I was relying on instruction.
Well, if we're going to the port, we're going to the port. We need to try and find Tyndall anyway, so we'll lay in for resupply there, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You will find people at
Stonehold.
Stonehold. You'll find people at Stonehold who know how to find it.
Okay.
They,
Are they going to try and stab us when we turn up, or are they...
Probably not.
Hey, it's a better offer than I've gotten from most places recently.
You say you are pilgrims.
I am a pilgrim. I am a warrior for one of the southern kingdoms. We were fighting north of the border at Skybridge Pass, and I did not survive that. However...
Again, I think there is a language thing here. You are alive.
Yes. Because of
standing up and walking around and things.
York pulls his shirt down and there's a mark, Elaine's mark on his chest here. Because of this,
That is the cup.
Yes, because of this, I am still standing.
The rock cup.
I've heard this before. The Stone Grail, I think somebody else described it as.
Yes, the rock cup.
Now I know how you feel.
You're being
What do you?
mildly corrected by someone that is approximately a quarter your height.
That's fine. I've started with dwarves before. Come in all shapes and sizes. What do you know of Elaine? Because at the moment, although I'm alive entirely because of her, I am not. She wasn't part of my schooling. Let's put it that way.
Tell me of your understanding of her.
She is a goddess of healing and light, as far as I am aware.
Light.
Yes.
No.
No?
No.
No. Okay.
Rocks.
Healing and rocks. Okay. This is another one of those language barrier things.
Rocks, they last. They endure. They don't change.
Okay.
They're strong.
All right.
That's why
Makes
her
sense.
cup's a rock.
That also makes sense. Yes. That also makes sense.
Iris, what are you up to on this fine morning? And it is a fine morning.
Fish. Yes, I shall go into my cabin. Well, this a theological discussion is going on.
And do what 17-year-old girls do alone in their cabins, which is summon familiars.
Which is poke tattoos with salted fish.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so you take the fish.
Yep.
You press it to your tattoo, and there is from outside the cabin, anybody who's standing around hears a and inside the cabin, Pog is scrabbling on your shoulder. There is a small black dragon, just slightly larger than the average cat, and it's clawing at the fish.
Oh, it just gets better every single time.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Still on the boat.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Heading down to a town.
You haven't tidied up in here.
I haven't had a chance.
All right. How long's it been?
That's been 2 days.
Something like that. I wouldn't know. Wasn't here.
Good. There was something I wanted to ask you about.
Oh yeah, anything you want, boss. Yeah.
Right.
Here to help.
Making tools. I flick to the page in the book.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So the book contains more information than I have given you here.
Yeah.
This is a romantic summary of
sure.
what you've managed to accrue. But yeah.
It says I should consult my oracle to find the signature artifacts of my potentate.
Oh, that's a lot of big words. Yeah, all right.
What does that mean?
Hang on. Well, an oracle seems like something you should be asking. That's what consult means. Find a signature means it's personal of your potentate. That's, what's the name? Power.
So that my potentate is Tom.
I guess so.
And you're my oracle?
Oh no.
Right.
I'm a familiar.
Yes. So who is the oracle? Who is my oracle?
No idea. Go find out for you. Go ask if you like.
Maybe.
Maybe you should read more. I might find out.
It's not a bad idea. I sit down and start flicking through the book again.
Okay, using your identifier ritual to read some more. Lovely. All right. So, as Iris continues to read her book, is anybody doing anything specific in the time you guys are engaged in discussion about Elaine?
Yes. Yeah.
Sure, it's fine.
Rhea is just collapsed on one side of the boat, Just
Freya.
begging for sleep.
Freya, get some sleep. Go into your camera.
I'm
get some
trying!
Okay, Freya
Angry with the
collapses.
sword.
The sword is. The sword has a
Okay.
voice.
No, it doesn't.
It speaks in her head.
Fine. Yes.
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
You have done well, child. Now it is time to rest, regroup, and let your muscles reform.
Thank God.
Not you, though. If I still have the strength, I'm going to go to my hammock.
Yeah, you can go and collapse into your hammock, which is fine. And you are almost instantly dead to the world. You are sleeping. This conversation rolls on, and after a few hours, you see a fairly large stone building appear on the northern bank of the river, and it is. Oh,
Is
pull
this-
the map. It is on a little islet. This is indeed Stonehold. There is a town that surrounds it, but the large building looks a bit like a monastery or a cathedral or something.
Not a fortification. Although,
Well,
actually,
it's
most
a large
monaster-
stone fortified building. I say fortified. It's a large stone building.
Most
You could
monasteries were
defend it,
defensible,
yeah. But it is not primarily built for that. It doesn't look like. And there are a series of jetties that line up. There are a couple of boats docked there.
It looks like a monastery.
This is a holy place
For who?
for us,
For which one? For which deity?
for Elaine.
Oh. Alright. But not the Hallow.
This is not the Hallow, no.
Learning new stuff every day.
Yes.
And you're.
I don't know why this happened to me. I don't know why. I don't know a lot. But I'll take whatever you can teach me, I'll take.
I wrote that in my
Whatever information you can give me, I'll take.
What I can teach you.
You've already
I
taught
can teach you which mushrooms not to eat.
That's useful.
The people inside here,
Mhm.
they are holy. They will teach you.
Okay.
Maybe. If you are polite. You show respect.
I can do polite. I can do respect.
You may wish to leave that one.
Which one?
Graspit gestures of Freya.
Yeah, gestures at Freya.
Maybe. But she does also need to be awake for this. I'm going to go into Freya's cabin and very gingerly put a hand on
No!
Freya. We're about to dock. We're about to make port.
Okay. Are you screaming no as you're being woken up?
No! Go away.
Okay. We are about to make port. But
Dispatch him! You hear a voice. Charisma save.
14.
14 is fine. There's a gentle pull, but as tired as you are, you go, no, I just need to sleep. I don't need to attack my friends.
Sorry, you're going to sleep.
No, no. I eyeball the sword, pat Thunder on the head, and walk out and close the door.
All right. So the dwarves moor the boat. The good ship, the fuck you Palamedes, comes and is docked. Thanks, chat. And
This wasn't our boat in the first place.
so yeah, there's a couple of people who come out to help tie the boat up, and one of them comes up. Greetings, travellers.
Hello.
You can see there's a little bit of movement in the town. People are gathering and talking and moving, and there's something is happening in the town.
Is everything all right?
You've come at an interesting time. Please come.
Do we? Sure. I turn to the dwarves. Keep a watch. Keep somebody on watch. Send some people out for what you need.
Oh sure. Well, we weren't thinking of making this a long stop, but
The people in town, they're human then.
okay. So the person that comes up is indeed a human, but now you have arrived, and you can see the majority of the people in this town are kobolds.
I'm gonna. York pats himself down, pulls out his pouch,
There's an
thumbs
orc. There's
through-
an ogre.
right? I thumb through a very small amount of coins and give 5 gold to the dwarf, and I'm like, there's a contribution to food and whatever it is you need to get. I can't offer you any more.
It's appreciated. Thanks.
I know this shit doesn't grow on trees, so
It's all right. All right.
Yes, it does.
Money. Right. So you head down off the food doesn't grow on trees. I'm a brother, a soldier. I don't know where it comes from. You heard what I meant. Down the gangplank. Walk. Yorg, Iris, and Raspberry. Is Pog with you?
In a place like this, I'd probably send him up higher.
Okay.
Ready to be shot when someone rolls an @1.
Any second.
Pog's
Pog
going
goes.
to be one of the guards.
Oh, yes, boss. All right. Just call if you need me.
Oh, that's normal. That's don't worry
A
about
small
that.
black dragon appears out of Iris's chamber, takes off, and starts to circle above.
What's the relationship between kobolds and dragons? Because I know we're pretty lizardy people.
You are pretty lizardy people. In my game, there is no relationship between kobolds and dragons. Kobold is not draconic.
It's
To clarify.
it's hers and normal. I'm glad to see he's
Becoming normal?
back. You know what? At this point, normal's got a reasonably transient state for me. So let's see how we manage, shall we? Yes, that's. Did you say its name was
Pog.
Pog. That's Pog.
And your druid.
She definitely needs to sleep.
I came to learn how to be like her. When's that going to happen?
When she's awake, but at the moment she was up on watch all night, and not today. Tomorrow, maybe.
Tomorrow.
But not today.
Yes,
in the
tomorrow the
meantime-
training will start.
In the meantime, if you have any
done.
questions for me, then weirdly, yes.
Many about the coming back to life.
I
But answers should be given to
get the
people holier than me.
I get the impression if this is a place of Elaine, I'm going to be telling this story at least twice today. So
So you
need
start
to
walking
waste
into town. This town it's not substantial, but it's maybe a population of 400 or so. So they've got a couple of taverns.
small town, large village,
Small town, large village. That's exactly what we're thinking.
but it's on an island, you say? So
It is.
very defensible.
Yeah, just a large island. Yeah.
Okay. Are we? Can I see any signs of agriculture on the island, or?
You can see that there are some fields that are on the northern bank of the river,
Yep.
and a couple on the southern bank, but none on the island itself.
But not what I would expect to be enough to support a town of this size.
Or maybe. It's hard to say.
Okay.
But yeah, there are. You can see farmland stretches either side of the river,
Farmland, and we're on a river, so
and you're on a
fish.
river, so fish.
I mean, I'm going to be leading these two to the best of my ability because I am only a kobold. I am not big. But towards the big monastery-looking building.
Sweet. Okay, so you walk up towards the monastery-looking building.
Sorry, 1 second. Did you have anywhere you wanted to be?
Mm.
All right. This sounds like the best plan. Let's do this.
Raspit, the kobold, who is probably just shy of 2 foot tall, makes his way through the town. There are plenty of other kobolds here.
Yeah.
Your presence is not particularly noteworthy. The Browser in armour is quite interesting, and a 17-year-old girl in a hooded cloak, could be a pilgrim, that's fine.
It's the 1 point a year that's the trick.
And as you pass the kobolds, several of them say to you in kobold, Elaine's blessing.
Elaine's blessing upon you.
And one of the humans that is there comes up and says in Istalian, Elaine's blessing.
Yes, Elaine's blessing on you.
And you make your way through the town.
Can you hear me any better in here?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Try again. Maybe do a scale.
Yeah, something like that. How are you this morning?
Me? I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much.
That's good to hear.
Yes, it is. Me. Am I coming across all right?
Yes, very well.
Me, good. And you make your way towards the large stone building. It looks very much like a monastery. It has stained glass windows that are set into the sides, and there is a large chalice which you've seen before. You've seen it emblazoned on York's chest. It is the symbol of Elaine. But
I do have a small mark on my shield as well. It's worth
Yep, and there is a small mark in the corner of the shield, and that is emblazoned in the in the keystone above the door frame. And I mean, there's symbols of Elaine all over this place. This is very clearly a holy site to Elaine, and you can see that there are several robed figures, most of them kobolds, who are gathered in the entrance, who are arguing.
Are you going to be alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just had a thought they might be able to.
Are you going to be alright with the whole thing?
What thing?
Volume.
What thing?
The whole you not seeming to get along with this pantheon too much, or at least your power source.
Well,
Okay.
I'm here to find out more.
Okay.
What happened?
It'll be a journey of knowledge for everybody. Hi.
What are they arguing about?
They are arguing in Istalian, because they're not all kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
And there is one person who is in a set of deep blue robes. The rest of them are in a slightly lighter blue robes. And the one in the deep blue robes is saying,
"No, we must not send out any more parties. We will simply wait. The signs are appearing. Oh, we have guests. We have guests.
Elaine's blessing.
Elaine's blessings upon you, child."
Elaine's, yeah. Elaine's blessing.
This one has a symbol of the cup on his chest, and he doesn't know how it got there.
Thank you, Raspit.
Please.
Hi.
Hello. You have come at an interesting time.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Yes.
I am York, child of Elaine.
Sorry, wind that back for me. Could you say that again?
Certainly. I am York, child of Elaine.
Okay. That's... My name is York.
there is a gasp, a slight intake of breath from the other people who are there. One of the there's an orc who takes a step back.
Up until this point, I'd always used the name Winter as my surname, but it's a name for an orphan down where I'm from. So
Jest not. Jest not.
I do not.
Someone says, we must find the elder. No. Listen, our elder has disappeared. Several of us have been taken over the last few days.
By who?
Not sure. There are tracks that lead into woods. We have sent people after them. None have returned.
These are mighty. I saw them. They defeated 20 ogres single-handedly.
That
And 2 wizards.
60 and 3.
you're not me. The ogres we didn't have to fight. The wizards we did. Anyway.
Yes. Fought alongside 20 ogres.
Yes, I have heard many boasts from people such as yourselves.
Okay.
Says Yorg, and somebody says,
Should we not even... No, we should not.
What do you need in terms of help? Because it sounds a lot like you need help.
We need nothing. You are welcome here.
Okay.
Please, you are welcome to stay, to pray, to talk, to trade, and then to leave.
Okay.
That was almost hospitable.
almost.
There are...
I say that to him.
You are welcome with your friend.
You insight checks from people who are there.
16.
14.
Great. You all succeed. The circle of priests are all surprised at how aggressive York is being with you.
Okay.
They don't. They're going. This is. You get the impression that he's clearly in charge, and he has decided that this is the tack that he's taking with you guys. That he's saying, no, I'm going to be standoffish with you, and they don't really know why.
Come up in Browser, just say quietly to you. Should we put on a show? You do the axe sparkles, and I'll do the finger sparkles.
But it's not even her axe.
Okay.
There are mysteries surrounding this one. He says he died and was brought back to life.
There's a low murmuring from the other priests.
Raspit.
Now is not the time. Now is not the time to deal with this.
Says the kobold in the middle.
There is never a good time. That's why we act now, because time is short.
Yes.
Life is short.
You are right. Then go and return with the elder.
Okay, what do they look like?
Naomi. She is a kobold.
Okay.
She is
Is that her?
light.
Point to the kobold.
She is light green and old.
Raspit. Can you track?
Yes.
Okay.
Which way?
Signs led out this way.
He points and gestures, and you can see on the northern side of the island, now you've come to the other side of the stone, there is a bridge. It's a large bridge and it crosses over to the northern bank of the Ellesmere, and he points over the bridge.
We will go and we will find your elder if we can. However, when we come back, I would appreciate some answers because I know little. I am from the south, and the lady is not part of our teachings down there.
Yes, well, go and return if you do.
Very well. I'm going to lead everybody back down towards the boat.
Cool. As you go, you can see that one of the other priests kind of wants to come and say something, but isn't going to in the presence of York.
Cool. Yeah, this is not at any point going to get confusing. It's fine.
York.
Kobold Yorg and Lesser Yorg.
Smaller.
Big York and Broughter York.
Yes.
That's what they call them.
Got that Hero York and that one.
No, there's well, maybe. So
Are we
anyway,
done? Are we done?
So York, anyway, yeah, York is clearly saying,
All right, we must come. We must pray.
and he starts to lead the priests away. One of them again gives a look towards your group.
Backing him towards us.
Okay.
I'm going to stop if there's a moment.
I'm going to break away from the group, and I will join you on the boat later.
All right.
See if you can wake your friend, get her ready.
We might need to give it a couple of hours, but sure. Unless there's an apothecary in town. Let's go find an apothecary. We'll meet you back at the boat.
Okay, so you have
Beckoned
you
the-
have beckoned
Yeah,
the priests over. Where are you going to head?
I'm basically going to, they've gone away to pray.
Yep.
Presumably he's not going to keep all of his priests around him for
The whole time, no.
all time, so I'm going to wait for an opportunity to speak to the one who wanted to come and join me.
Okay,
And
that
I'm
was-
also going to take the opportunity to see this building that I've heard about my entire life.
yeah, amazing. Okay, so
My thought.
they the priest comes and whispers to you and says, "You're welcome to pray with us. Tell your friend that after prayers, I would like to speak to you before you set off."
Yes, I will do that. They are bringing others. Perhaps meet us where the trail begins. Or we could come here, but that might upset York.
I will meet you at Bors's Tavern
What's his time?
in
Yes.
an hour.
In an hour. Yes.
Sweet. And you are welcome to have a look around the building. It is simply made, but it is made to last, right? It's built out of great big hunks of stone with some care to artistry that's been given in the windows, but mostly this is a great big whacking stone building.
Yeah. But seeing this place is a big deal for me.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I've not seen stained glass before in my life.
There's a moment actually when you enter Raspit that you really get what everyone was talking about, and you feel that sense of the numinous. And as you enter the great chamber, there's a small choir that is singing, and it feels like it's absolutely apt as you enter, and you hear the oh, and you look up and the light's streaming in through the stained glass. And you're almost on the verge of tears. I mean, these are what cathedrals are built to do. They're built to whack you with awe, and it's really worked.
I mean, like, throughout my entire life, things being bigger than me is not a new sensation.
Sure.
But this is a thing that is bigger than me in a way that doesn't make me feel like it's about to eat me.
And there's a moment where you feel like you are in a really safe space, but also a space that's made for you, as you stand in a stream of light surrounded by the beautiful cathedral to Elaine. The priest has said, oh, he will talk to you in an hour, that's fine.
Yeah.
And you guys... that was what I was trying to get across.
right,
Us going away because that was less suspicious than us talking to him. But anyway,
where are you guys headed?
I'd like to ask around town and try and find an apothecary.
Okay. There's... you want to ask around, make an investigation check.
You got any money?
I will be aiding.
Great, so make it with advantage.
I'll take the 14, which is with... intelligence on
Do you get
top
15?
is 14.
14, okay. Right, that's fine. I'll tell you what happens in just a second. But for now, back on the boat, you hear a... One of your companions is in danger. Awaken! And you are suddenly bolt upright. I can lend you my strength, but you will pay the price afterwards.
Who's in danger?
Smooth.
That is so good. The witch, Neve.
Okay.
Amazing. Gain a full rest. Have all your stuff back.
Oh, that's
Oh, thank you so much. My full rest.
That's going to come with a really big fucking price tag.
Nah, it's not. It's fine. Instant full rest. How powerful is that?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm
You
sure.
feel, and as you're energized, not only do you feel completely recharged, but also you feel that, the way your muscles have been worn down through the training, they have suddenly, rebuilt themselves, and you are standing straighter and in a better position just inherently. And as much as this guy's a prick, you can really feel the benefits of the training that you're doing already.
Not that you'd ever say
Not
that
that you'd
to
ever
his
say
face.
that to his hilt. He says, quickly, there are enemies around.
Alright. Hide and start listening, maybe looking out for some portholes and stuff.
Okay, you start looking at portholes. There, you can't see anything out the side of the boat.
Do I know where Neve is?
She'll be in one of her cabins. She'll be in the cabin that she lives in.
Right, I'll go to her if
Okay.
I can.
Yeah,
quietly.
that's fine. Okay, so you can sneak over to the cabin,
Yeah.
and you reach the door of her cabin. What do you do?
I just try and quietly open the door if it's not locked.
It's not locked.
Cool, yeah.
Sweet. You open the door. You do it as quietly as you can, and you look in, and it's just a dark cabin. There's the shutters have been put over the portholes that look inside, and you can't see anything moving in there. You can see the still form of Neve, and then suddenly you see, like, it flickers for a moment as if strobe lighting had turned on, and then it's no longer there. You see the largest spider you have ever seen in your life. It is electric blue and white. It occupies almost the entirety of the room, and its horrible, hairy legs, each one longer than your arm, are poised down around Neve, and it looks like it's spinning some kind of ethereal webbing, and then it's gone.
I'm going to turn around.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and find Iris.
Okay.
This is wizard's business.
This is wizard's business. Sweet.
That looks like a wizard problem.
Great.
Nobody else will.
You run the dwarves. What's going on?
Where did they go? Where did my friends go?
They've gone down on a
Right, I'm going to jump in.
Acrobatics check.
Action Freya.
Natural 20. Here
So
we go.
good.
It begins.
Okay, she skips across the surface of the water.
So Freya cartwheels needlessly, but in an excited way, down the gangplank,
Full of
full of Vim and Vivo. Yeah, you're performing extremely well now. And you spring. There's a one person who watched you do it stops and applauds because that was really impressive, and you just run straight. Yeah, they run.
Remember, kids, don't use performance-enhancing swords.
And you run straight past. coming back from the largest building in this town, you can see down the main drag is walking Jorg and Iris. Are walking.
Magic spider in the boat. Magic spider in the boat.
Dead run.
Magic. Come on.
Dead run. Dead run. Dead run.
Sweet. Okay, so Jorg and Iris,
Yes.
yeah, okay, cool. You come running up the gangplank.
I'll tell Pog to head to the boat as well.
Yeah, all right, I'm getting there. I'll beat you there. What shall I do?
Is there a magic spider on the boat?
Well, let's have a look. Alright, so you are running.
Oh, look at that!
You're running as fast as
Less than a full session. Every time. Less than a full session.
I really hope this happens. Okay. As you are running, Pog does beat you there because he's much faster than you. And he flies down. He says, you hear in your head,
Oh, I can't see any. Oh my goodness me, it's huge.
and he says, it's got me. What do I do?
How far away am I from it?
You are too far to immediately act. You are running.
Am I within 100 feet?
No.
Okay. What do I do? Make sure you keep an eye on them and follow them.
Yeah, all right. He's picked her up. All right, don't be angry. It's gone. And it took her.
Gone where?
Yeah, that's the thing, innit?
Right. We're still running.
Yeah, that's fine. You make your way up into the boat, and you can see in the boat that there is an empty crib where Neve was sleeping.
Divine sense.
You divine sense, and there is exactly nothing to divine except for Bog.
Ah.
And chip.
Like a strobe.
Okay,
what happened?
There was a big blue spider. It was
Short,
stripy. It was you doing some web shit on Neve.
Okay, so it happened.
But
Right.
it wasn't always there.
Have you ever seen one of those? You were born like 3 days ago, weren't you? Yeah.
Well, about that. I think I was born longer ago than that, but I haven't been around.
Did it
Right,
seem
yeah.
to have killed her? Was she? Do you think she was still alive?
I don't think it was killing her. It could have just like bitten her or something.
So it's taken her somewhere. And people are going missing, and they're not sure how.
Are there any webs near here? Like big
Kobold.
web.
The Cabal is not
Kobold
there.
is busy having
So
a
the-
religious experience.
Up at the monastery, they said something about people going missing and them not knowing how they were going missing. This
Well,
sounds
it was pretty hard to miss.
yes,
Can
but
you
if you
send me
hadn't
an
been, what,
image
why
of
were you in
some
Neve's room?
Sordy
Sure.
told me to
Yes.
go in.
We'll chat in a second.
Tell it thank you, I guess.
Dragon.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I can do that, boss. You want to? It looked like
Yeah.
this. Hang on. Blam. There is an image in your mind suddenly projected. It's like something from your nightmares, and you see as Pog shares this with you, an enormous blue and white spider. And by enormous, I mean this thing is huge. It almost filled the room, hairy and slightly insubstantial. And as you focus on the image, let's see how good Pog is at doing this. That's fine. He can do an intelligence check. He's not wonderful. Cool.
Yeah,
That is
plus 0 into
that is what you get.
Okay. I will reproduce this in the form of minor illusion for York to see.
Oh god. Okay,
So
so
only with 5 foot big.
5 foot. Yeah.
Okay, can you give me some warning before you do that next time? Just like
What was that?
Sure. Just next time, before you make things appear when we're told that the spiders can sort of appear and disappear, can you kind of thank you? Yeah, can you kind of give us some warning that it's going to be you doing it rather than sure?
That's what it looked like.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Was that what it looked like when you saw it as well?
It was bigger.
Okay.
I mean, how did it even get in here? Like, there's like a door. The magic is so weird.
People.
Get out of here.
No. So people have been going missing. Had you not been here, Neve would have just vanished without
We've got some books,
any kind of
haven't we? Wizard books in highbrow.
any kind of fanfare.
Yes. We'll come to that in just a
I
second.
think this might be connected. We're told that people have been going missing and they've been being taken into the woods.
Spiders live in woods.
Raspit is. We're going to meet somebody in an hour.
Less now.
Less, like maybe half an hour or so. You up for a wander
Yep.
into the woods? Cool, get your stuff together and we'll.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
It's got knives
Iris, do
everywhere.
you need anything?
Well, if this is a magic spider,
Uh huh.
do you think Clarissa and Brittany might have something in a book about it?
That's a good idea.
You've got 10 minutes to have a look.
I don't speak highbrow.
I mean, I can try.
Oh yeah, I was about to say nobody here speaks highbrow, so I
Alright.
realised that you do.
I really like this. I will allow, because you have a bunch of highbrow to wizard books, you guys to make me
Yeah, it's Freya.
It's cool. Freya, would you like to make me a nature check? And I'll give you plus.
13.
Yeah, I'll give you +2 to the roll. I was going to say because you've got these books, not quite enough for advantage because then it's not what they're for.
Yep.
But okay. Sure. So you half of this is gibberish. It's just maths. It's so much maths, right? But this looks like a ritual to that you've got in your book here. A ritual to conjure a. You reckon the translation is a phase spider, and a phase spider is that it doesn't specify the size, but you draw your circle and you conjure up a thing, and it is a huge spider that can shift in and out of reality.
Yeah. I've learned that it's a big spider.
Says Freya.
So it might.
Yeah, I mean, it says that it can just leave. Like
You are, for the sake of expediency,
Space.
you're having this discussion in the pub while you wait for
Raspit and French.
Raspit
So
and
it
Friend.
may have been,
it can leave space.
but they can't use. They can't
It's called
cast
a
without their
phase
book, so
spider.
it probably wasn't Clarissa or Brittany.
And Raspit, you have made the walk down with. Hang on, I've got a priest name here. With Lino. Lino is the name.
Lino.
Lino. L-I-N-O.
So is Lino a human as well? Human or a kobold?
Lino's a kobold.
Okay.
Raspit. Neve
Most
has
of the people are
been
kobolds.
taken by some sort of giant teleporting spider.
A phase spider, actually.
Let me make a quick nature roll.
Sure.
That's 13, not even 13, 11 on my part. Not
On
7.
11, okay, face spiders are. What do you know on an 11? Okay, you have. On an 11, you have no experience directly of face spiders, but you know a lot about regular spiders.
It apparently bound her up in some sort of web
Yeah.
and then disappeared. If people have been you said people have been disappearing.
Who's this to?
Yeah.
Lino.
Yeah.
This is my.
Yes,
So people have been disappearing and you've not been able to find out how or why.
that's right. There have been. Well, I have some, and Lino pulls out some cloth which they unfurl, and they pull out, and there's nothing on it. And they said, "Just wait a second." And then there's a shimmering, and you can see that there are some spectral webs that are. He said these were found in Naomi's quarters.
That looks a lot like something that a. Say it again. Say the first word again.
Face spider.
Face spider.
Okay. Sounds like something that. Sorry.
Let's all say it. I've come to. I am sorry that York treated you all so poorly.
Okay.
Why?
That's a separate issue. What was that about?
Your arrival is portentous.
Are you having trouble talking to her?
What?
Okay, never mind.
I don't understand.
It's fine. Why is our arrival portentous?
I have not yet read all of the scrolls. You would need to speak to Naomi, but I know enough that, well, Yorg believes that he is the chosen one.
Okay.
What was his name before it was York?
That's a very insightful question. He has renamed himself Yorg and been calling himself that for some time now.
since he read the scrolls. He is the high priest when Naomi is not here.
Is he?
Yes.
You got a real suspicious mind for
No,
somebody
it's-
so young.
no.
Real
In
suspicious
Browser.
mind. No, this is in Browser. You got a real suspicious mind for somebody so young. You're also probably right.
I grew up on the streets.
Yeah. Okay. So
He does not want the competition. I do not think he expects you to return.
I'm not here to be a competition. I'm here to find out what the fuck is going on in my life
So,
and why.
there's a little green kobold who's gone missing, who's in charge.
Now
and when
she's the high priest.
And this is in Browser. You speak Browser?
Oh no, sorry. In which case, I
The language of the party is Browser, typically.
I don't know.
We normally converse in Browser
True.
when we're talking amongst each other because we all speak it.
But for now,
But for now, and there's a kobold in a dark blue robe who is
assume
now
I'm
in charge
translating
because the little
quietly.
green kobold has disappeared.
Okay.
And I'm suspicious that the blue kobold has made the green kobold disappear so they can be in charge. They're calling themselves Yorg because there's a scroll that says that Yorg's in charge.
When they call themselves Yorg, will I be able to recognise that they're saying Yorg, or is that?
yeah, you can hear Yorg, yeah.
Okay, so kill Yorg.
No.
No.
Is-
Yes!
Sorry. out of curiosity, is Yorg in any way an Astalian name?
Yorg.
No, sorry. This is to
Yeah, to me, yeah, that's fine.
to Lino.
Oh, to Lino, it is not a common name.
Okay.
It is, you know, it is a common, not common. It is a Broughton name.
It's a Brighton.
Istalian, no.
It's a common enough browser name. I don't. Okay. We'll go and try and find your high priest, and we will try and bring her back.
Thank you.
I
hope your friend is all right. I need to talk to you. You said you had a connection with Elaine,
Yes.
and you did not come and pray.
No, because this is more important right now.
Right.
Praying. Okay. People have gone missing, and that needs to get resolved first. Praying is one thing, but we can pray later, and you can in fact teach me how to pray because I've got no idea. But at the moment, there are people who might be dying soon, so we should deal with that first.
People are kidnapped. We do that now.
Yes.
Right. Then I will take you to the bridge, and she walks with you.
I don't. I mean, no disrespect. I'm just used to getting things done.
No, I am not called York. And she walks to the bridge.
I didn't realise it was important.
Yes. And she gestures across the bridge.
Do you draw power from her? Can you use her magic as such?
If enough of us come together and chant infrequently, yes.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
Have you experienced this? I myself, one of the villagers, a young boy, fell and broke his leg. We were able to reset it with her magic.
Yes. I can stop people dying.
Can stop people dying.
If I'm there and there's still life in them, yes.
You
Don't. Okay. Wait. This still needs to be done.
Talk. We have people in
This is
spiderwebs to say.
This is still important. This still needs to happen.
Sweet.
I will come back and we will talk as long as you want to at that point.
Do come back.
Because I need to know as much as you do because I've got no idea what's going on. Let's get on with it.
Where are we going? Let's go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
What
Russell.
direction?
So presumably he was pointing us at
she.
Oh, she.
yeah,
I
sorry.
apologize. She was pointing us at the
You can see
where
there is.
tracks.
Yeah, so there are some tracks. They were found by one of the trackers who lived here, who went, "We'll head off," and they have
headed off.
Yes.
She's going to give you the cloth with the spider silk in it.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yep, she's going to do that. It's the thing she has. And she said, good luck. And your guys are going to head off. And we are going to take a quick break. And we will resume for the second half of the Find Neve and Face Spiders. Where everybody dies. Yeah, we're back in about 10 minutes.
Nobody
guys.
will die.
You're an ass.
Me?
Yeah, you're an
I don't
ass.
think so.
Well, serves Neve right for her player not turning up today.
Yeah, you don't get to.
I was
done
half
this before.
expecting her
You
to
don't
walk
show
in
up,
on
you
her
get
eating
kidnapped by
iris.
spiders.
You don't show up. You don't get to make saves. It's
Yeah.
actually the traditional.
I didn't tell you how badly it goes.
Can I make a small request and get? Do you have like a kettle anywhere?
Yeah,
That I can then sip up with.
Of course. Yeah.
Yorg wants to go away. I will read chapter 2.
Oh yeah.
Only if you want to. You're like, isn't it? No.
No. Actually, I'm gonna. If you're gonna read chapter 2 for camera, I will take a wander.
This is fun. Chapter 2 is a good chapter.
James, do you want to stay and hear this? Kind of do.
Oh yeah, actually, because I can hear this.
Yeah, because
Oh, you star. Thank you. No.
Let's find out more about the world. Someone on chat. So we can keep an eye on chat during the break. So, chapter 2, the 7 potentates.
7.
7.
7.
So you got to figure out which one is yours.
No, it's fine. I know which one. It becomes incredibly obvious. The interesting bit is at the end.
Okay.
Child, your oracle will no doubt have told you, thanks oracle, of your own house and lineage. But the other 6 powers are mighty, and you would do well to know them, that you might make their strengths your own. The first are the dragons, proud of their power. We knew about them. The second are spirits of mud, mist, and flower, by which I assume we mean elementals. The third and fourth are the high and the low, both winged, both righteous, and both mortal foes. So that's where the angels come in, and demons / devils. Not quite sure how that would fit in.
Apparently exist in this setting.
Yep. Well, we knew they did because in one of the very first sessions in the Tomb of Lancelot, there were the gods fighting angels and the gods fighting demons. We saw those as murals on Lancelot's tomb.
Wait, the gods fighting angels?
Yes.
Yeah, I missed that session. That's interesting.
Yep. And then we were told by Zalba last session or the session before that the standing stones were put up to imprison at least the angels, possibly also the devils. That's been left ambiguous. Anyway, we knew about those already. The fifth are the tricksters, the Fey folk, the weird. So the Fey are a force in this world. The sixth are the old ones in stars. They appeared. So we've already encountered that power.
Hey, spoilers.
The seventh are strongest. Oh, really? So long may they sleep. For they have no limits, and no laws do they keep. And when they arise, pray that they only slay us, the creeping oblivion of primal chaos. So that's fun.
Yes.
So we've got dragons, elementals, angels, demons, fae, old ones, and Wibble.
So you're in a setting where you have ancient beings before the dawn of time that sleep inside the stars, and they're not the scariest thing in the world.
Apparently. Primal chaos.
Primal chaos. Like monkeys and
That's
like
primate.
Oh.
Primate chaos is quite different.
King Kong.
Do apologise for all the snuffling, incidentally. I've been guzzling
I
red sip all morning.
Haven't noticed it, and I'm aware of my own snuffling.
I'll notice now.
Sniffy. Okay, so yeah, this is just like a shopping list of places to get spells.
Which
Well, it
definitely
seems to
would
be
be
useful,
balanced.
No, because like chapter 1 is totally saying, dude, you're in charge. Take all the power. It's all good.
Maybe chapter 3 says Lord
Beginning to
JK.
think that book might not have a terribly reliable or trustworthy narrator.
Maybe the book is a potentate.
Maybe the book is your oracle.
No, the oracle is supposed to be like my mum or something.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, that didn't happen. Yes. Good. Here it is about the powers. You are an inheritor of one of the ancient forces. The first powers, they will grant you strength that you may vanquish their opponents' champions and bring all of the vast empires of the land under one force. Yours. I mean, it doesn't say take as much power as you like. It doesn't say that. You're right. I'm still going to...
That does kind of sound like an open invitation to, hey, why don't you try some world domination?
Then
I
chapter
hear it's
2
all the
is-
rage these days.
Chapter 2 is, here's your power. There's some other ones. You probably should know about them. So, I don't know. Maybe people don't normally draw power from more than one source. Who knows? Primal chaos.
Certainly not me.
I mean, I think Josh does like his aberrations. He would quite like us to fight a Tarask at some point, I'm sure.
The Tarask's an aberration.
Chaps, our Tarasks are an aberration.
The chat has been remarkably quiet. So, unless I'm not opening it properly. It could just be that I'm... Oh no, I am. Well, now I'm looking at an ad for some sort of horrific gaming event. That looks terrifying.
That looks well good. Were they playing? Intel. Oh, that's the best game ever.
Yeah.
I love Intel.
Yeah, I love a good game of Intel. Now.
I'm Gold League Intel.
Chat only. Okay, no, if there was chat... Although we do now have 3 viewers, so hello there.
We're on a break.
Whoever you are.
I believe it says that on the infographic.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic.
Wow. Hello there, Angel of Light, Commander Root, Host, Miracle, Lurks, S1 Thacker, Sam G135, and Sykes Mackenzie.
What? No Nightbot?
Oh, Nightbot is there.
Nightbot is dead. I killed him.
1 second.
Attack! Nightbot is telling me to subscribe to this channel. Attack it!
If Josh doesn't come to a week, he has to eat Nightbot. In character.
What?
Josh is the 7th potentate.
Well, Josh is kind of all of them. Yes. So I have no oracle, so I don't know about... Oh, that makes me sad.
That's okay, I'm sure you can just, make stuff up as you go along. No harm has ever come from doing that.
Just try sticking salted fish on various different items. And see if you unlock any more spells.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't figure out what to do, just stick some salted fish on it and see what happens.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Actually, real life advice.
Yeah, I'm reliably informed that is how magic works.
As far as Frey is concerned, it is.
I don't think you've ever seen me attempt to summon Polly. I don't do it by myself.
Oh.
You just know that I like salted fish.
Well,
You don't like being slapped with salted fish, apparently.
Yeah.
what a young sorceress gets up to with salted fish in the privacy of her own room is nobody's business but hers.
And
probably
the
Freya's.
And her dragons.
And probably Freya's. Who's bound to be eavesdropping.
No! Freya respects everyone's privacy. And
Except
possessions.
for when you burst in on her just then.
Well,
I
the
didn't
sword
even
said-
go in the room, actually. I burst out. The complete opposite, therefore, morally fine.
Pretty sure that bursting out is something else.
Considering we've been talking about space spiders,
Phase spiders. Phase spiders are much, much worse. Although that does raise the question of whether a face spider is a spider that latches onto your face or a spider with a human face.
that would be a faced
Both.
spider.
A what?
A faced spider.
A faced spider. Yeah.
as opposed to a defaced spider, which just has graffiti all over it.
Or a spider with no face at all.
A spider after Freya's done with it.
Yeah.
No graffiti. Oh yeah. I wonder if Swordy could have damaged the. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, there's a big spider. What shall I do? Run away and find a girl.
It's magic.
You've got a magic sword.
I don't. Freya's not very smart with this sort of stuff.
Just let it take over. Just go, right, sword, you're in charge.
Freya's trained. Freya's strong.
Freya strong. Freya losing intelligence.
Freya smash! So we are on our way to rescue. Oh, hello! Welcome back.
Thank you all.
Willkommen.
We are.
We have Dave.
We are.
We have Dave. We are correct.
Yes, you can. Can you get off the session?
Oh, yeah, cheers. I was going to...
We'll just because I want to get back in.
That's fine. I can burn all of Jacob's stuff later.
That's a good choice. Right, and
Fine, you're walking home.
you're back.
Huh?
Fine, you're walking home.
So, welcome back, everybody. When we left off, the party was about to embark into the woods on the definitely destined to be successful errand to retrieve some of the people who have been taken by face spiders.
Whoa.
We're here to investigate.
Stop using this
spider
plural.
crimes.
Plural issue. There's only one.
Alright. And yeah, so you reach the edge of the woods. Let's go. Raspit, would you like to make me a survival check?
I would love to make
Can
a
I
survival
assist?
check.
I am trained in survival.
Since you are trained in survival, you can assist. You have advantage on the check.
That's good.
You know what? I just had this.
Advantages roll twice and take
I had
five,
this.
yeah.
I had this vision. I had this.
Well, So for the benefit of chat, Raspit's first two rolls were...
A natural 1 and a natural 20.
Guided by Lane.
Sweet.
That's the way I'm spinning this.
So, yeah, Raspit, you
Welcome to the party.
step through into the woodlands, and these are not easy creatures to track because a lot of the trails that they leave are going to be during periods where they are phased in. And you get the sense as you move through these woodlands, and you guys are following. Raspit is lower to the ground than usual, looking for little imprints and impressions that have been made, bits of bark that have been scraped off of trees. This is difficult work, and Raspit appears to be on top of the tracking, but he's following trails that you guys can't detect at all. Jorg, you are lending the assistance that you can, which in this case involves moving branches aside so that Raspit can get through. You are facilitating. Yeah, absolutely.
It's an important job. I'm glad we have humans around to do it for us.
Yes.
Well, they're here. You are making your way through the woods. Well, let's see. On a natural 20. All right, fine. On a natural 20, you see.
Turned out you've got favoured enemy face spider. Who knew?
No, you have favoured enemy beasts, which is pretty cool.
That's quite good.
On a natural 20, I was going to give you monstrosities for this session. I just thought I just can't justify it. I just can't. There's just no way that you'd have them as a favoured enemy. But you pause the party for a second as you have seen up in the trees ahead, up in the canopies, that it's getting darker and dimmer here, and you can all see that there are patches of spider webs that are appearing amongst the trees, and you can see that there is a large web on top of which sit maybe 40 regular-sized spiders. There's a little swarm of them, and you are a trapper by heart. You know what an ambush looks like, and this is one, right? They have been set there to drop down and drop a swarm of spiders on pursuers.
So I do the raise hand in the air to gesture people to stop, point silently up.
It's dark, but you can all just about make out the writhing mass of spiders.
Can we go around?
That vision.
You have dark vision. You can easily see that there are a bunch of spiders up there.
Can we go around? Sorry, this is in a whisper
Yeah,
because,
this is.
but you know, for sound.
Do I reckon that I can find us a path around?
Yeah,
the
definitely.
ambush?
On a natural 20, you don't get ambushed by spiders. Good job.
Yeah.
Cool. That's frustrating.
See you later, encounter.
We'll lose that encounter, yeah. Okay.
Josh powers up his shredder behind the street.
No, so, right, well, that doesn't happen. We're going to cut straight ahead then. Yeah, you progress relatively swiftly. Can you make me another survival check? You are assisting, so you can roll with advantage again.
Nice. So that's a 12 and a 2. I'll take the 12. So that's 16.
On a 16. The light is getting very low. It is now, everything is dimly obscured, which means you can hide here with relative ease. There's also, spider webs are appearing on the ground now. And the area is difficult terrain, which you ignore, because rangers ignore difficult terrain, because what? But for everybody else, your movement speed is halved, and you can see that there is a clearing up ahead. There's a very old building which is long rotted and destroyed, but a single wall still remains, and that is in the middle of the clearing. And up against it, can we clear the space? Yeah. Up against it, you can see.
You served as well.
You can see a large wad of webbing, and in the webbing are 3 creatures that are wrapped up in spiderweb. You can't really make out anything more than that. They are indistinct shapes.
Raspit, is fire a bad idea at this point?
Those things wrapped up in spiderweb?
Yeah.
Probably the people we're here to save.
For sure, I'm not suggesting we set the web on fire, or at least that. Is it going to spread if I set some of the web on fire?
Could well do.
Okay.
Wouldn't want to risk it.
No, that's fine. Well, I can't see much at the moment, but I'll do my best.
Just try not to step on the web.
Oh! Hang on. Hang on. Well, we're all stepping on the web, that's part of the issue.
I'm not stepping on the web.
No, there's web everywhere. We're all stepping on web.
This is the tree line around the outside.
On the web that we've got that is everywhere, I should try a little acid bolt and see if the acid has any effect on the web.
Roll me damage.
Oh. Wasn't expecting that.
The web is dead.
8. The acid melts through a portion of the web.
Okay, maybe I can.
I told you.
You can see there are 3 figures. I'm going to use these figures.
Acid eats through most things.
Just for the sake. And I need another figure, which is this one for now. Okay. There are 3 figures that are tied up in webbing that you can see. This is
Where is our entry point?
webbing. Down at that end is where it's going to be. Right, I will show you guys what the map looks like.
Is this me?
That is you for now.
Yay.
Lovely. So if you would like to, you have approached. Raspit has found this clearing, which looks like this.
Okay, so these things can teleport. So
They don't. They can move. Well, they. I mean,
Can you make me a? Who's the worst in the group at stealth, please?
Me.
Thank you.
Because I rolled a disadvantage.
Sweet. Can you roll me a stealth check to see how sneaky you were going through the?
That was a. Now it's a 6. So we're.
6.
Say 5. No, 5.
6 is fine. Okay. 5. 5 is lovely. Great. Thank you very much.
I mean, it was a 14. But...
That's well. It's not anymore.
Okay.
Sykes Mackenzie asks if Freya can now summon spiders.
Not yet.
No. They just show up.
So
I'm just going to roll this dice for no reason and add my initiative mod to it.
we're not on initiative yet. You
I
can
know
be
we're not on
working
initiative.
superior on initiative. That's fine. That's a good choice.
I did roll a nat 20. So
That's fine. This is what I'm afraid.
If we know acid can eat through the web.
Can I test my sword?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, just sword on the web like that.
Yes, you can. Roll me. You know what? We're out of combat. There's some. It takes some to go through it, but you can go through it. This web is tough and thick.
Okay.
So, I can maybe make some of you generate some acid if that would be helpful.
Generate.
No thanks.
Like bombing everywhere, or like?
Like that?
They'll try it.
Okay.
Can't be worse than the rum back home.
I don't know, I've
I'm
tried
going to,
Galataean rum.
Yeah, okay.
Quite a lot.
This isn't
You
only
think I
really
got
badly,
this
but there we go.
because I did
What are you casting?
I am going to twin cast Dragon's Breath on myself and Freya.
Right, okay.
As Josh is like, cool.
Great.
Freya, you can now breathe as an action a 15-foot cone of acid.
Cool. How much can I just do it once?
No.
Oh, no, you can do it as once a turn
What?
until it's a concentration spell. So
I have an action ready.
You have ready action.
and so can I.
What is your ready action?
Something
We can
looks
just
like it's
burn
going to kick off. I'm going to use Channel Divinity to cast Divine Weapon.
Channel Divinity to cast Divine Weapon.
Well, to activate Divine Weapon.
That's fine. That is a reasonable thing to do.
It also is going to emit light in a
Ooh,
large area
very
of
cool.
radius.
That is really useful, considering it is dark in here, which means that stealth is made at. Oh yeah, you roll your stealth again for me because you are at
12.
Right, fine. Cool. Thank you. Great. Well, I'm waiting for one of you guys to do something.
We're going to go in, and I think we start clearing. The two of us start clearing the webs.
Do we
We
see?
can. That was the easy thing to do.
I mean,
It does
can I see
3d6 damage each time.
anything guiding the
Everything in that
three
cone.
people? Any spiders? Kind of,
Take me a perception check.
which is not done with advantage.
No, it's one of the few things you don't do with advantage. In fact, you have dark vision, right?
I do have
So you
dark
do
vision.
not suffer disadvantage for being in dim light and making perception checks.
Exceptions. Plus 4, so that's 11.
On 11, you do not see anything in the area.
Can I have a look around, please?
Of
I
course
am
you
at
can.
disadvantage.
You are at disadvantage. You are welcome to take me a perception check to see if you spot anything.
No.
No, you do not. Do you need to get definitely better than an 11?
Which I definitely
But-
do not.
I
Definitely
think
do.
we start going and getting rid of the webs which are causing difficult terrain.
They're probably expecting to ambush us at the point earlier.
So-
we can come in and steal them and get out before we're noticed.
Okay.
Won't a pile of acid also be difficult terrain?
Go for it.
Almost find out.
Okay.
Okay.
Where
So-
is Pog?
On my shoulder currently.
Okay.
That's
so
right.
it's worth not having the
Within
the
crit
familiar
fail
issue.
Right.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can you please pop yourself to your 22? That's pretty great.
No, I didn't. I haven't rolled it yet. Sorry.
So what were your initiative? I need everybody to now roll initiative for me.
No, I did not get 22.
I got a natural
I got
20.
like 5.
You're there. That's fine. Natural 20 is pretty great. Okay, so the first people to act are Freya and Iris, who step forward and belch forth a gout of cartoon lime green acid. This stuff sprays all over the darkness and it sears through the webs. Please, this is difficult terrain except for the areas that have been marked out. So, 15 foot
50-foot cone.
15-foot cone, that's pretty great. Okay, so this is no longer difficult terrain. As you two clear a swathe through it with horrendous acid.
As York watches two. Is Freya teenage or
No, Freya's early 20s.
like two 20s or less waifs of girls just vomiting acid all over the floor?
Freya, this is a unique experience. You've never done this before.
Freya's not happy.
No,
She's
your
gonna
mouth
keep going.
tastes disgusting. Your teeth feel really bad.
But it's still better than Galataean rum.
And a bunch of acid drops on the floor. In
Is
front
this
of you
magic or can all humans do this?
is the question that
Depends
is
how much we've
delivered
had to drink.
as I would like. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try and hit you guys with some stuff. You have triggered it like a fool, maybe. There's 4 of them and there's 4 of you. That works for me. So, Jorg, you are. Oh man, 22 hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jorg is hit. Iris is not hit. Freya is not hit. Raspit is not hit. You're the only person I can hit with an armor
This
class
is
of
tanking.
22.
That's why I'm the only one that got hit.
All right. There is a spray from above you of horrible sticky stuff, and you look up and you can see huge hairy legs skittering down the trees, and there is Yorg, you are covered in thick web. You are restrained. As an action, you can take a strength check to try and break out, or someone can try and help you out of it. But yeah, Yorg is restrained. That is the held action that occurs. Yorg, your held action goes off, and there's a and you can see casting strange strobing lights because the axe is behind the webbing at the moment, and so it's casting strange shadows all over the place with this strobing effect.
Oh, cool. Disco battle.
Yeah, disco battle.
Hope nobody has.
We're providing the pyrotechnics.
And spiders appear. So this occurs. There are 4 large spiders. These spiders are roughly the size of a large dog that has started to climb down.
So not as big
trees.
as the one we saw previously.
Not as big as the one you saw previously, but still very large. And they appear and drop down to try and attack. In fact, no, they do not. You can see them. These guys are elevated currently.
Are these the electric blue?
No, they are not electric blue.
Okay.
That one was much larger. You can. That's what we're going to do. So we'll go to initiative. York, you're up. You'll respond first.
I would like to remove myself from this.
It's a strength check.
predicament.
Strength check.
Straight strength.
Yep.
That's a shame.
You do it. You definitely do it. That's fine. York, you burst free. It's an action, but you do manage to tear yourself out of the webbing, and you are no longer restrained.
I would like to then take an action to move adjacent to as many of my party members as I can.
That is fine. You will provoke an attack of opportunity from the spider by
I
doing
thought
so.
they were.
They are above you, but they are within 5 feet.
Right. If that's the case, then I will stay where I am.
Fine.
I did not realise.
No
they were.
problems. Freya.
Are they within slash reach?
Are they
Within 5
Actually,
feet?
apologies. This is a bonus action.
No, they are next to each other.
hang,
Yeah,
hang on, York's taking a bonus action, but yes,
there is
you
a
can-
bonus action that I can do.
Oh, Jesus.
I am going to
Second.
pick this one over here next to Raspit, and I am going to cast Compel to Duel. Could you please make me a Wisdom saving throw?
Doubt it. Wisdom
Not the
save.
wisest spider.
On a DC of 13.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I do not succeed.
Okay. Well, you.
Does it need to be able to understand you?
No.
Right,
On a failed
cool.
save, the creature is drawn to you. Compelled by your divine demand, for the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and must make a Wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move into a space more than 30 feet away.
Fine. You turn and you. What do you say to provoke this duel?
Elaine's name, fight me, and
Yeah, okay. And as you move, you still have a bit of webbing on. You can move freely, but it's still creating the fun shadow effect as you move. The axe of Lancelot is lit up like a Christmas tree. It always leaves a silvery trail as it moves through the air, but now it is really glowing. Not emitting any heat at all, but it is pulsing clearly quite strongly with magic. And that spider is going to do that. But it does not go before Freya does.
In the general direction of those 2 spiders near me.
Okay.
can she do that and avoid hitting Raspit?
Well, we've established they're higher up than us.
They are higher up.
Sorry, I have
That's
just
fine.
encountered too many
Yeah, so you go-
situations where this wasn't communicated.
And you vomit up a bunch of acid.
Dex save.
It is a dex. Raspit, can you please make me a dex save with advantage? You should be fine. And I'm not going to do
3d6.
No, I can't.
No, you can't.
That would be 10.
10. Okay. Would you like to take half the damage, whatever it is?
Okay.
7.
7. So you take 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
Some of
and
it drops on
I
your
can
head.
take some.
What's the DC?
14.
14.
Because it's off me.
Oh, dex. Still no. They both fail. How much damage?
7.
7 in total. Okay, so they both take 7
that
points
3d6?
of damage.
Yeah.
You can't roll d6s for shit,
Okay.
which is bad for a run.
Hey, I'm not used to vomiting on my enemies.
Okay, a bunch of
You can still move as well.
a bunch of acid
And you
splashes
still
up
got
into
your,
the trees. You hear the sound of screeching and skittering, and you smell searing spider flesh. One of them took it quite badly and has a bit of an opening down it. The other one appeared to be okay by hiding behind the first one.
Bonus action hide.
Bonus action hide, yeah, no problems. Very easily.
Yeah.
You step back into the trees and you are taking a stealth check.
10.
You are not hidden.
On a
As far as you
However-
are concerned,
however,
you are
ladies-
perfectly hidden.
Ladies and gentlemen, on a 2.
All right,
That was a 10.
Raspit, you are up because I can't roll initiative to save my life.
Okay. The spider that.
And also, some more web here would have been destroyed.
That is true. Let's do that.
Alex, it was up.
It was up. That's right. There is web all over this place.
The spider that is wounded. I'm going to. I'm not going to heal
Go
it.
on,
friend!
You must protect the sanctity of nature. No, I'm not a druid. I'm going to Hunter's Market. That's a bonus action to put that on, is it?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stab it with my pointy spear.
Stab it with your pointy spear. All right, go for it. Do you want to do the one that is wounded or the one that isn't wounded?
Always tries to take enemies out of the fight as
Are
fast
they
as
not
possible.
both wounded?
No, yeah, they are, but they are both wounded.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
The one that's more wounded.
Great, that's fine. Yeah, that
That's
hits. Really,
21 to
really
hit.
hits.
And
You
that's
get
gonna
to have a second attack if you wish to spend your bonus
No,
action.
he spent the bonus action on Hunter's Mark.
That is true.
So yeah, 2d6 plus 3,
2d6 plus 3, so that's 1.
7,
plus
10 damage.
And
leave
does
it
it
back.
count as a beast?
Yes.
Then it takes another 2 damage because they're my favourite enemy.
Hot diggity.
Sweet.
Not so small now, am I?
Okay, so the one that is compelled to fight Yorg had scurried over to try and do that, evading most of the blow.
Yeah.
The one that took the full brunt of the blow, Raspit, you. I'm gonna have to. You've got climb speed, so you can actually climb up, ignoring the movement restrictions for difficult terrain, and just shank this thing. So Raspit scales the tree and then skewers the spider once and then twice, and it pops. Can you please remove a spider from the map?
Remember, kids, always get your GM to give you the perfect NPC for the job.
And that spider is toast. However,
What's the cool old mini? What's this from?
it's my descent. Now my spiders get to go. Go, spiders, go! Alright, so one that has to attack Yorg is going to.
It doesn't have to attack me, it just has disadvantage to attack anything.
No,
that's
it's
not
going to come
one.
attack you, that's fine. So it's going to ignore. Raspit, you get an attack opportunity if you want one.
That is how
I
I
would
roll.
love an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I thought you might. Go on.
That's only 11 to hit.
11 is. So, not enough. So it's going to scurry up and around, and Yorg is coming down from above, and it's going to attack you at the same time as the other 2 spiders are also going to attack you because they're all there.
18 is the number you were looking for.
Right, so the first one, without advantage, does not hit you. Oh, plus 5, yeah, hits you, yeah, it does. Then the other 2 who have got advantage is a crit and a hit.
Are
Yeah,
they
nice.
pack animals to get more advantage without flanking?
No, one of them they can flank from.
Sure,
So
okay,
2 of them
yeah.
can flank and 1 of them cannot, but I hit
Yeah.
3 times anyway. So the first one, Yorg, would you like to take me 3 Constitution saving throws as their poison comes in and hits you?
Take it like a champ, buddy.
A natural 1, and a 19 and a 16, though.
Okay, so
I
you,
think-
you pass twice, which
Yeah.
is good because that's what poison's where most of the damage comes from with these dudes. Okay, so
If they don't do any damage to me because of my DR, does the poison still go through?
I'll say no. That's quite fun. Okay, but they have to because they do D8 plus 3.
Oh, okay. If they're doing plus
but
3
yeah.
damage, then it's fine.
Right. Okay. 1 second. You rolled a natural 1,
Yeah.
and I got a crit, so I'm just going to count those.
They cancel out, right?
Right. Hang, 1 second. Math is happening now. This is a bit crazy.
79.
No, it's not that much, but it's quite a lot. Would you like to take me 24 points of damage?
Really? Is that including my DR twice, so it would actually be...
That is including your DR. I've taken your DR into
Including my
consideration.
DR
You take
twice.
yes,
Yep.
you take 24 points of damage. As these spiders, yeah, man. Well, I didn't think I'd hit you 3 times, and I just did. So the spiders come in, and they are huge. These things are like the size of dogs, and they have dropped
They're all
down,
fucking over me.
and they
Yeah,
are
that's fine.
all over you. Yorg is covered in spiders. If only that were the end of your problems. Sadly, it is not. Blinking into existence behind, just in front, because that's where the map is. Thematically, it's behind. Just in front of all 3 of you.
Yeah.
Is a phase spider,
Clicks no.
and it comes in and it's going to attack Iris.
Disadvantage.
Thank you.
Because I have a shield and I'm currently...
You're so mean.
Nope.
You're so
You
mean.
just hit me 3 times, suck a dick.
Would you like to be crit or missed?
I'd like to be missed.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's some pretty good. So you're covered in spiders, sees this huge spider phase into existence that is about to lance in at Iris and do loads of damage, and he goes bang and smacks away with his shield. The spider, you see a couple of its mandibles are punched in. Now that you are close enough to this thing, the first thing that hits you is the size. It is enormous. It is also mottled in a bright white and electric blue patterning. It is one of the scariest things you've probably ever seen, and its mandibles are opening and shutting with a noise as it makes its way towards you, although it only gets one attack and it failed Iris. Good job, face spider. Iris.
Okay. From where I am, can I get a cone? Cones start narrow, don't they? Get wider.
They do, yes.
So I can hit 2 of them. Hit the big thing and that thing.
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, I will breathe acid all over those things then.
Okay, go for
They
it.
would like to take me a dex saving throw DC 14.
All right.
Please.
So the giant spider is fine. The face spider is not.
That's 12 points of damage if you passed, and 12 if you failed, 6 if you passed.
12 if I failed, 6 if I passed.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 and 12. Yuck, stop it. Cool, okay. That has been done. You breathe acid and it bores a hole through one of the arms of the phase spider. It's still got 7 left. It's not doing too bad, but it is not super happy with the damage that you have dealt to it. It is. Have you got anything else to do with your turn, or are you simply going to vomit forth more acid?
Seems strong. And send Pog around.
Okay, where's Pog going?
Pog's going to try and go over them and sort of see what's going on over here. Maybe start tearing some webs up over there.
Sweet. Okay, well, Pog flies over. You can put him on the map. Pog flies over, and
Is that higher up?
that is a the webs come. Hang on, yeah, sorry, we should have had more map. The web comes down from this, and you can see that. Well, Pog flies and he says it's a ruined building. Oh, there's some things in there, boss. They're moving. They're coming out.
There's more things in the building, I will tell you.
They look like, I don't know, spider people.
Great.
What do you want me to do? Shall I attack them?
No.
All right. He's looking down on the roof.
Having been caught in a web.
His foot's a bit caught in a web. He's trying to claw it off himself. The things are going to come out of the building, and I think they might attack.
Please no.
You're okay.
Saboteur.
You're okay. Okay,
You can
so
back.
these things that are coming out of the building are shambling and large. They look like kind of squat, portly men. Of the type who you might see stumbling out of the bookies with a fag in one hand, that's the kind of build of them, and they are purple all over, a deep dark purple with spidery mandibles, and you can see a bit of web dripping from their arm. They come lumbering out of the building, and they are not impeded by the webs all over the floor. You can see that they step agilely. These are just the minis that I'm using because that's what I've got here. And one of them grabs one of the webbed figures and starts to pull it back and away into the building. The other one is going to, I think it's going to attack Pog. What's Pog's AC?
13.
Would Pog like to be missed
Yes, you would.
by one of these things? Who goes and tries to spit web all over Pog, and Pog steps to one side. Leave it out, he says. We're back round. You're up.
Shit.
Face spider. Da da da.
It's spider that phases into your face. Shitty biscuits.
How's that not swearing plan working out for you then, Dave?
Really fucking well.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, I know. I am going to use 20 points of lay on hands.
Oh, wow. Into what?
Me.
Sweet. Is that a bonus action?
Nope.
Ooh, nice.
Unfortunately not.
So takes a second. Axe glowing as it is, he touches himself and stands up straight, taking a great big deep breath, and feels ready to fight these spiders.
Sanctuary.
Ooh.
Iris, you have
That's a
been
bonus action.
You have been sanctuary.
Lane Guardian.
And Dragon's Breath is not an attack.
Dragon's breath is not an attack.
Oh! I just wanted to avoid getting hit until the end of the round.
That's gross, gross, and gross. All right, Freya, you're up. That is
Freya.
horrendous.
Freya,
Can we
hidden
not
in
have
the
that be the rule,
trees.
please?
Oh, I'm looking, hang on.
Hidden in the trees, pulls out her crossbow and shoots the big one.
Okay, so you can take
With marksman.
with marksman. You
Ooh.
shoot the big one. Well, it's probably not very hard to hit.
You might want to take a bonus action hide because your hide check didn't work last time.
This is my act.
Oh, you can do the bonus action first.
Yes, bonus
Okay,
action
sweet.
hide.
Bonus action
And
hide. Take me a stealth check.
That's my
That's really enough.
26.
Yeah, 100%. Freya,
Yeah.
nobody
Now-
can see you.
now you get
Nobody knows
advantage
where you
and
are,
sneak attack
including
and
the
all that
party.
She's been eaten by
Oh, no, I didn't.
with advantage
Oh, with
because you're
advantage.
hidden.
Yeah.
And nobody
Yeah.
can see where you are.
You really hit. It's not hard. It's a
Um,
giant spider. It's hard to
So
miss.
that is
Plus 10 and sneak attack.
Apparently,
Six.
stream square jump.
11.
It is.
Sneak
I
attack.
understand that is not what I can do about it.
21. 26.
26 damage. Okay.
With the plus 10 of the sneak attack.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Okay, so a bolt comes out of nowhere and punctures. It actually snips one of the limbs off of the face spider. Its response is to immediately phase out.
Ooh.
We can't put you further back this way. I'm just saying you're over here somewhere.
That's fine. Yeah, but well, you can bring yourself around. That's not a problem.
She's within 6 squares of her last position.
That's
so-
okay. No worries. And yes, it is now you, Raspit.
Little help.
You
That
come
might very
fight
well
me.
be taking away my high priest.
Then go and get her. Then go and get her. Go, go.
It is difficult terrain. Oh, you don't carry. You're a ranger.
Yeah. Can I get to them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your base speed? 25? 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get to them with a dash, but you won't be able to do anything about it.
Turn.
Okay, I can't move and charge.
You get your bonus action.
Okay.
Charge is a feat now.
That's good because it was appallingly good before.
You can get to this one and hit it, but you can't get to this one. Well, you could get to it and like wave your arms at it.
And then if it moves away, you get to attack.
Yeah, that's probably the best call. If you're
These
looking...
things are dragging your things away. What are you going to do?
I'm going to be a big damn hero and go after them.
Nice.
Because I got to prove myself to these people.
Yeah, okay, sweet. So Raspit charges up and gets right up in the grill of one of these giant purple toad things with the horrible claws
you
at the
can be
face.
here if you wish,
Yep, that works for me.
because you don't
Sweet.
provoke.
Raspit, you run around behind it and you point your spear at this thing. Would you like to say anything?
Yes. Drop the high priest.
Sweet.
I don't go for complicated speech.
We would have also accepted get away from her. Well,
That's fine. The
um,
giant spiders are going to go, and they are going to see if they get their webs back.
please no.
Please no. Sure. Okay, so the first one
Yeah.
is going to attack you, Jorg. And I'm just really sorry. I got good dice today. The first one crits you.
I'm really glad I healed them.
The second one hits you, and the third one misses you. So you are hit only twice, one of which is a crit. The first hit, Jorg, does you 6 points of damage and a Constitution save. Sorry, 3 after your DR, and then a con save.
So hang on, we'll do it all together. So the first save is Constitution. I should look at this surely.
DC 11.
Fail them both.
You fail them both. Okay, so you take 3 points of damage for the first attack, then you take 5 points of damage for the second attack, then the poison kicks in.
So is that 3 points of damage after DR? Yeah.
Yeah, after DR, so you're taking 8 in total, and then a bunch of damage from poison, and I'll tell you what you're taking just.
So that's 24.
Can you take me 30 points of damage, please?
Not in any conceivable way can I take that much damage. No. Like at full health, maybe, but no, not.
Are you dropped to 0
I
hit
am in
points?
fact on 0 hit points.
Jorg, the poison courses through you, and you can see horrible welts rising up on Jorg's neck where the pincers went in. It starts to leave purple vein marks going down the side. Jorg spasms for a second and then falls to the floor. Jorg, you are prone, you are poisoned for the next hour, and while you are poisoned, you are paralysed.
Okie dokie.
Yes, that has happened. My apologies.
No, you're not.
Yes, a bit.
So he's paralysed
He is paralysed while the poison persists.
for an hour.
For an hour, that's correct.
Okay.
And it's only if it takes you to 0, which it did. Face Spider, Crits are just great. The phase spider is going to come back in and it's going to say,
Hello, I'm a phase spider.
Hello, I'm a phase. That's exactly what it's going to say. Where's it going to come back in? It's going to come back in.
Why are you attacking my tea party?
You are.
The light goes out.
Oh, the light goes out. Oh, the strobe effect fades.
Aww.
R is correct. Iris, it's got to be you. You're the one that can be seen.
Sure. Wisdom saving
Your
throw.
sanctuary also goes down.
Oh, ballsicles.
So it's going to attack
That's
you with
the thing.
it's going to attack you with advantage because it can flank you with spider.
Sure.
It's going to miss you. Oh my god, is that right? Does 12 hit you?
Nope.
All right, you are missed by a phase spider. This phase spider hasn't done anything. It's and it's just failed. It swings in with one of its claws, with one of its long pincers to pull you back and munch at you. But the one that it swings with has been severed, and it's just not used to that yet. So it doesn't have the reach to grab you and pull you back in. It fails. Iris, you're up.
Okay, I am going to. You're on 0, so I'm going to spare the dying Yorg.
Okay.
That's my action.
Taking
And-
death saving throws is not my forte, so I'm glad
Yep.
about this.
And I will, seeing as I'm surrounded by things, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself. Because that's a bonus action, doesn't require concentration.
Doesn't require concentration.
No, it's great.
So good. Okay. All right. So you sanctuary yourself.
Sorry, is sanctuary not a concentration effect?
No,
In that case, your sanctuary is still up.
no, because you're out to all your spells.
But it's not a concentration.
No, I think if it's not a concentration effect, it stays. So
Well, that
you
explains
don't
why I got this.
Yeah, so you
So
got
in
this
that
because it's
case, I
swept
wouldn't
in,
use
and
that spell slot.
Elaine's blessing pulled the arms around you, and you were okay.
Yeah.
Right, these things.
So yeah, I'm just going to stand there and go, oh.
Oh, this is not a great place to be standing right now. Okay, so these things. One of them is going to have a go at you, Raspit. What is your armor class, please?
My armor class is 16.
4 certainly doesn't hit that.
What the heck were those rolls saying about? Huh?
Yeah, sorry. And the other one is going to go. What do I need to do? I need to go and web up York. That's what I need to do. So Pod can have an. Oh no, he doesn't get attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he doesn't. And he's going to come and stand in there. And York is slowly. You see this thing leans over York right next to you, Iris, and goes. And it vomits a great mass of web, which starts to go all along York. Don't do it. Sorry.
That's fine.
Which starts to go all along York, and he starts to and vomit and spit this web all over him. That's what this thing is doing. York, you are not taking death saves. Freya,
What is that?
it's a sealing wax. Freya, what are you doing?
Freya,
Yeah.
am I still hidden?
You are still hidden. That's correct.
I'm just going to shoot the big one again.
Okay, go for it.
Here it is. 15.
15 hits.
1, 6,
Sneak attack.
16, 18, 24.
24 is lots. 24?
Yeah.
Okay, this thing is. It goes, "Oh," and it turns, and you are the threat right now. It's had 2 huge arrows go straight into it. It is bleeding copiously, a bright blue blood, and it blinks out of existence. Can you pass it back, please?
If it looks like it's going to come towards me and I'm still hidden,
It is no longer. You can't see it anymore.
okay, I will.
But it's probably going to try and get you.
I'm not. I'm going to move.
Yep.
Can I move upwards to be above this couple?
Take me an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Thank
Freya ninjas her way through the trees. Yeah, okay, place yourself next to the kerfuffle, but we know
I am.
you're up.
Hidden
That's great.
above.
You are above, in fact.
Oh!
3D maps, everyone.
Sweet. Okay, Raspit, you're up.
I am going to, I'm going to Hunter's Mark the Etacap who's right in front of me.
Sweet, yeah.
And then I am going to jab my pointy stick into it as hard as I can.
Okay.
I don't have an advantage because unless she counts as
It's an ally next to
ally
it, it's
being
fine.
adjacent to him, which I think is probably stretching it.
Only if they're not incapacitated, sadly. But yeah, go for it.
Then that's 11 versus AC.
11.
He is dragging someone.
Yeah, I'll allow you to. I'll give you +2, which will hit. That's a very reasonable thing. Yeah, you hit the Etacap.
Okay.
So roll me 2d6 +3.
That's 6, and 3, and 3 is 12.
12. Okay. You have dispatched the Ettercap.
Oh wow, this needs to make a
Saves
decision.
the High Priestess.
Yeah, you run your spear through it, and it turns and goes, and it tries to pour itself. Yeah, it feels like it's made out of tissue paper. It's got like a chitin around it, which you stab through, and this goop just bubbles and bleeds out of it. And it drops to the ground, looking at you with its cold black eyes. You still have move if you would like to use it.
Can I see any more of them around?
The Ettercaps.
Yeah, like where did it look like he was dragging her?
So you can see now this is a old rotten wooden shack.
Mm-hmm. Oh right, there wasn't like any kind of underground place he was trying to take her. He was just getting her inside the shack.
Quite possibly.
Fine. Okay, they're not a priority anymore. I'm getting back to the action.
Sweet. So you can get 6 squares.
1, 2, 3. Can I go?
Yeah, you can. That's fine. Yeah, 4.
5, 6.
Absolutely no problems there.
Sorry, Pog.
Pog sees you go, and
It's like, at least you didn't natural one me and kill me.
why is the face spider? Roll me a stealth check, Freya. It's opposed because the face spider's hunting you.
18.
18's better than it gets. Alright, so it can't find you. But that is what it's doing. It's just looking for you. So I'm going to give it a full action at that. Yeah, cool. So the face spider appears just in front of you. It comes down on a web from the branches and opens up all of its arms just in front of you as you are clinging onto a tree. So it is there. It has seen you, but its whole action was to find you and get to you.
Okay.
Iris, you're up.
Okay. Yorg is down.
Yeah.
I don't care if this drops Sanctuary. So I'm going to move to here.
That's fine.
That thing gets to take a wisdom saving throw.
As does the Ettercap.
I haven't left its melee,
Okay. So it fails a wisdom save.
so it doesn't get to attack me.
That's
And
great.
then I will vomit that way, 15 feet.
Yeah, missing Yorg and hitting everything else, and that's just got to be the right choice.
So if they'd all like to take me dex saving throws,
No,
DC 14.
Really no.
That's not very good, so I'm going to spend
That one can pass.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point to use empowered spell.
Yeah.
To reroll up to 4 of them.
Okay,
I'll keep the 4 I rolled and reroll the other 2.
that's pretty good.
Oh, 8 damage if they failed.
2 of them did, 2 of them did not. So how much in total, please? I need total
8.
damage. Total damage for
8.
So for 4 of them,
Oh,
I got 2
it depends.
passes, so that's only 8, and then 2 fails, so that's another 16, 32. Yeah, okay. No.
So the Ettercap is separate.
That is true.
The Ettercap is separate.
But they all take the same amount of damage.
Yeah. So that's
And
okay.
4 if they passed.
Great.
So you've got 2 passes and a fail.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, with you, that's fine. Okay, so this spider here is disintegrated by your molten acid, and the Ettercap looks extremely unhappy with you. As one of its arms, you vomit forth this acid at it. It holds out a hand to try and stop the spray, and as it gets in the way, you see the spray goes and melts all up its arm. It looks at you in. Well, actually, you can't see the expression or emotion on its face, but yeah, like the skin is removed, then the bones, then the muscles, and suddenly it's just a stump where its arm once was.
Okay.
It's still there, and it's going to take an action. It's going to web you and run.
okay, I'm happy for you to already blame. We'll argue about it later. Has my sanctuary dropped?
Your sanctuary has dropped, yes. That isn't, I think I agree
Yep,
with
no
David, it's an
problem.
offensive action. It misses you with the web and it's going to run. You can take an attack of opportunity.
I will do that
Yep.
with my fist.
I tell you right now, a point of damage is sufficient. Oh, hang on, is it? And you don't take your negative strength mod into account? Yeah, go for it, okay. I mean, you do when you roll to hit.
Yeah.
You're 13, no? Alright, fine. It turns and it flees upwards into the trees. The Ettercap has run the hell away. Yorg, you are
taking
unconscious.
death saving
Yeah.
throws.
Freya,
This is probably illegal. I have a grappling hook.
sure.
I want to try and grapple onto the spider, swing past it, attacking it,
Yep.
and then just jump off somewhere away.
That is extremely cool. Make me an acrobatics check.
Oh, 11.
11. Cool. You can either
Yeah.
you can either end up because the spider is there in front of
Yeah.
you, opened up. You want to grapple onto the spider.
Yeah.
All right. So you perform the check amazingly. You throw the grappling hook. It sinks into some of the spider, and it looks very surprised at you. Well, as much as you can read an alien spider emotion. And
I think most of the things we're fighting are surprised at this point.
You start swinging out across the void, resting on the spider. As you swing, the spider blinks out of existence. And your grappling hook is suddenly attached to all manner of nothing. Please take me a dexterity saving throw.
17.
17 is fine. You land cat-like on the floor and look around.
Yeah.
Your grappling hook lands next to you, and you go, "Oh, that could have been bad." Suddenly, it's slightly dark, and you look up, and the face spider is stood over you.
Do I still have a bonus action?
Sure, yeah.
Can I
You haven't taken your action yet.
Yeah, you've
You've
taken your move. That's fine.
Yeah.
You've
still
leapt
got
down.
Okay.
The face spider is standing over you.
Wasn't
Nice
grappling hook an action?
No, I think it part of a move. I'm
Sure,
allowed. Yeah.
fine.
Creative movement. That's
I
fine.
mean, bonus action hide and immediately attack the spider with the sword.
Okay, you can bonus action hide at disadvantage
Yep.
This is where you're amazing though.
because it's right there.
13.
What's his passive perception?
That is astonishingly better than its passive perception. The thing landed on you and it's looking around and it can't see you, so you roll underneath this thing.
Yep.
And are you going to one hand? Right, sweet. An Aijutsu strike, one pull, going straight through this thing. Let's see, you've done loads of damage.
So you're at advantage, so you roll 12 on the d20 if you don't roll well.
Good.
Yep.
No.
What do you get?
Maybe.
Like 13.
13, yeah, that'll hit.
And I do 11, 14, 20 damage.
How much?
20.
20. Okay, alright. The face spider drips a whole bunch of stuff onto you. Your clothes are ruined. Your hair is covered in mess, and you stink right now. It is not dead, it is on top of you, and you can see bits of it start flickering in and out. It is not clearly capable of phasing properly anymore. Some of that horrendous slash right through the thorax that you did it has disrupted its ability to do that.
You hit it right in the phase gland.
You hit it right in the phase gland. Yeah, it is deeply unhappy.
Strike
Iris,
it in the face.
you're up. Hey!
Raspit has.
I skipped Raspit. I'm really
skipped
sorry.
Raspit.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
skipped,
say-
all right, okay, yeah, the face pattern, yeah, that's what I did.
Yes.
Raspit, you're up.
Is the phase spider still alive?
It is still alive. It is on top of Freya.
Go on,
Who-
have it.
Yeah.
Yes, finish the beast, you hear.
I'm trying.
Who's that?
I'm gonna kill still.
Do it.
Who was what?
So move to their favoured enemy at.
And you've got advantage because you have somebody vaguely
pack
in the same
tactics.
postcode
Yeah.
as it.
100% you've got advantage on this thing.
Would you, so
Are you
yeah,
attacking from underneath?
A friend.
yeah, I
that
think
you
kind
knew,
of
like-
rolling underneath and jabbing the spear up into it while it's distracted with Freya.
Do it.
So one of those is going to be a
Many hit.
21 to hit.
Alright.
Doing 5 plus to 7. Oh no, I don't roll a third dice. So it's 2d6 plus 3, so 5
How much?
plus 2, 7 plus 3, 10 points damage.
Plus the 2 for favoured enemy.
Oh yes,
Is it a beast?
12.
This thing is a monstrosity.
Okay.
It's not a beast. Okay, sweet. Raspit, you roll underneath it, and you jab your spear up inside it. You do have a bonus action, so you can attack again.
Oh, can I
Which
do
you
that? as
totally
well?
Yeah,
Which is also at advantage.
because it is not yet dead.
Yes. Yes,
But
I'm
it
going
is
to do
Hunter's
that.
Marked. Yeah, go for it. You hit.
so-
You really hit.
That's going to be a hit, and that's going to be 1 plus 5, 6 plus 3, so that's 9.
That's enough. All right, you stick your spear into the hole that Freya made. Freya, you are joined by Raspit the Kobold, who goes roll, 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 roll next to you, and then wedges the spear up inside the phase spider, twists it. You are covered in yet more goop, and then
Gross episode.
pushes with all of his might
All
and
of his 2 foot
all
tall
of his inconsiderable might, and there is a crack, and the abdomen of the spider bursts open. And Raspit, I would like you to take me it is too far gone for Freya, but I would like you to take me a dexterity saving throw to avoid getting covered in all this stuff.
18.
18. Okay, 18 is great. Freya. Raspit goes, roll, roll, roll. Roll, roll, roll. Through the legs of the spider. Freya, you are drenched in this stuff. Okay, your clothes, your boots, your sword, your socks, your hair, everything stinks, and it's covered in this horrible blue goop. And then the blue goop disappears, and suddenly you're fine. And then it's back again. You are covered in phasing mess. There's going to be a right bastard to clean. Yeah. You've got to catch it. Wait. Okay. The phase spider has disintegrated. At this point, with both etacabs destroyed and the phase spider gone, the two large spiders take one look at Iris, and they scuttle off into the trees. This fight is done. They disappear. We are off the map.
One day I'll not be
everybody.
reduced to death saves.
Well done.
I will continue to clear a path through here using.
Absolutely fine.
Okay.
For the remnants of your spell, you are able to go in and clear the path in the clearing.
We should get that cleaned up. I go and start untying people.
I don't like this little lizard person.
Nor do I. There is a solution.
Not yet.
Hmm.
They're not worthy, come on.
All right, this is true. Congratulations on slaying the beast. I feel you may have come a step closer to earning the right to wield me.
Sure.
Alright, cool. Yeah, what do you guys do? I mean, Jorg is on the floor but not dying. All covered in acid, and Pog survives the fight. What?
I know. Go Pog. He gets the next
Quick, kill him.
Just one. Just one.
He's going to survive 1,000 fights to that.
First priority, find Naomi. Second priority, make sure that Jorg is okay.
Okay, so Raspit comes over to have a look at the bodies. The body that you were dragging away is, you can see it is a human. Now that you start to pull back some of the stuff, the breathing is really faint, and they've clearly been poisoned and paralysed. And
It's a human, not Neve or Naomi.
this is this is a male human, and that's what you get. It's a male human.
Not important.
It is a male human. Not important. You drop them. That's fine. You head over.
There's like a 1 in roughly a million chance
Yeah.
that to you. Roll a D a million.
Unwrap the next wave. One is much smaller than the other one. That's the one I'm going
From
for.
a narrative standpoint, the chances are a lot smaller. Actually.
Sweet. You run over and you start untying the next one, and the next one is a kobold. It is a light green kobold. You can pull it open and you can see that this is Naomi, the high priest. Well, you may have met Naomi at some point.
I've certainly heard the description.
Sure,
and
this is
she's a
definitely
light
her, yeah.
green old kobold.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you start to remove the webbing from around her. It's sticky and tough, but it will come off. Freya, what are you doing?
I'm going to Iris and pleading for help.
Irish ignores you and continues to clear the path.
Just wait.
There's a Jorg, you have come to, and it's like every muscle in your body is locked. You cannot move. You hear from Jorg.
Good. Jorg is alive.
Sufficient.
Iris!
Stopped.
It has stopped.
I'm going to go. Yeah. Can you help me rip the webs off these two?
Yeah, no worries.
You have claws. Claws.
Okay. Pog is slowly and probably not very helpfully helping Raspit to get. Hang on. You look back and Pog's got both his wings stuck to the webbing. He's like,
I got this.
I'm on this. Don't worry. I just need to get my other leg in. All right, hang on.
yeah. He's managed to get himself stuck with all of his limbs to the webbing, but he's helping. So with Pog's assistance, you are able to unwrap the webbed parcels of joy. You find in there the semi-conscious form of Neve. You find the semi-conscious comatose form of an ancient kobold, and you find, as you peel back the webbing, and look, you can see the now dirtied and faded finery of Lord Tyndall.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to leave this session. Thank
Is
you
he
very
alive?
much,
Yeah.
everybody. Oh man, if only I'd thought to include that in my description. I did not.
Man, if only I had.
We will be back. If you have enjoyed this session, there will be possibly the finale of this season next Thursday. So don't miss that. If you have enjoyed this, you can catch up. You can catch up on all of our past episodes on YouTube. Link below. You can join us in Discord. Link below, and you can watch us every Thursday at twitch.tv/CellPenGM. We'll see you there, and keep rolling them dice. Bye bye.
Until next time.